News 46 is brought to you by Inspiration Senior Living, where we provide affordable elegance to Pahrump area seniors. Give us a call at 751-2300 and make an appointment to tour our community. News is also brought to you by Dr. George Leeks, Pahrump's optometrist since 1990, offering full-spectrum eye care for children and adults. Call today, 727-8300. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Tonight on News 46, an elderly woman is found murdered. Horses are rescued from an overturned trailer, and a presidential candidate's team makes a visit to Pahrump. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Monday, July 27th, 2015. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. Detectives spent the weekend at a grisly murder scene collecting evidence into a killing of a senior citizen that occurred on the west side of town. 75-year-old Alma Marigold was tragically killed on the 13th of July by her 57-year-old stepson, Robert James Marigold, according to police. The widower allowed her stepson, who is a veteran, to stay in her home on Florida Street since her husband passed away. The relationship was allegedly strained. Robert reportedly shot his stepmother in the chest twice with a .45 caliber revolver, one of the bullets going through her body, through the window in their home and across the street, striking and cracking the neighbor's window. He then took the elderly female's body, wrapped it in trash bags and blankets, and then hid her in the closet. Robert then went to the Nugget Casino in the days following, using Alma's ATM card to gamble and drink. When family members back east couldn't reach Alma, they decided to call police. Robert said she was on a camping trip, according to the report. Police responded to 721 West Florida and smelt a strong odor of decomposition. They were able to enter the home and located Alma in the closet. She had reportedly been there for 10 days. While police were on scene, Robert pulled up in a taxi and confessed to the crime. He has been taken into custody and charged with open murder, possession of a debit card without consent, fraudulent use of a debit card, and grand larceny. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46. Very minor injuries were reported in a horse trailer accident that took place near the Saddle West. 3 horses were the victims of a rollover accident that occurred on Highway 160 Saturday afternoon. The 2-horse capacity trailer's tire apparently blew out, which caused the trailer to overturn. With the help of Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue, Animal Control, and Nye County Emergency Services, the horses were removed from the trailer and evaluated. Nevada Highway Patrol and Nye County Sheriff's deputies also worked the accident scene, which caused a temporary partial closure of the roadway. Traffic was diverted around the scene. Both of the large horses were cleared with only minor injury. The small pony in the back of the pickup truck was not injured in the accident, but was highly agitated because of the incident and was subsequently transported by Animal Control in the larger trailer with the 2 other horses. The driver of the pickup truck was given a ticket for excessive speed under the conditions. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46. Well, you might have noticed AT&T landlines and cellular service was out today countywide. According to the Nye County Emergency Services Director Vance Payne, the outages directly affected the county's 911 system. Some private cell phones and landlines are still functional. The radios for emergency personnel to be reached by dispatch has not been affected. If you're in need of 911 service and you don't have cell service at this time, the amateur radio emergency services are staging at 4 locations: Highway 160 in Homestead, Highway 160 and 372, 160 and Basin, and Belle Vista. Judge Kent Jasperson was delayed to court this morning after a car pulled out onto the roadway, causing a crash. A 2-vehicle non-injury accident occurred this morning on Highway 160 and Oxbow Street. According to Nevada Highway Patrol, the pickup truck being driven by Judge Kent Jasperson was traveling in the number 1 lane northbound on Highway 160 when the white vehicle entered into the lane. The two collided. No one was injured as a result of this accident. However, the white compact vehicle sustained major damage. Nevada Highway Patrol is investigating. And a rear-end collision occurred this afternoon on Pahrump Valley Boulevard. One female was transported to Desert View Hospital with injuries sustained in a rear-end collision on Pahrump Valley Boulevard and Dandelion Street this afternoon. Nye County Sheriff's deputies diverted traffic around the accident while the victim was being attended to. No one else was injured as a result of this accident. Nye County Sheriff's deputies are investigating. And we'll have your Desert View Hospital health tip when we return.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Inspiration Senior Living, where we provide affordable elegance to Pahrump area seniors. Give us a call at 751-2300 and make an appointment to tour our community.
If a family member, someone at work, or even the person standing next to you experiences sudden cardiac arrest, would you be able to help? Performing CPR and using an automatic external defibrillator can mean the difference between life and death. A new study examined what happens if more ordinary people in the community and first responders like police officers and firefighters learn to use these two interventions. Can survival for patients having cardiac arrest be improved?
This health tip is brought to you by
Desert View Hospital and Mountain Valley Physicians Group. Don't put your health on hold. We have time for you. Call us to schedule your appointment. 775-751-7100.
Good tap and shout. Hey, buddy, are you okay? Are you okay?
These volunteers are learning about cardiac arrest and how to provide compression-only CPR.
This is CPR without the breaths.
They are also learning how to use an automated external defibrillator, or AED.
Open packet and apply pads onto patient's bare skin. Analyzing heart rhythm. Shock advised.
It's very important that people not be afraid to act when one sees a cardiac arrest.
David Foster had a cardiac arrest while attending a Duke basketball game. First responders performed CPR and also used an AED located in the arena.
We know that the chances of survival fall about 10% per minute without any intervention.
Doctors Carolina Malta-Hansen and Christopher Granger from the Duke Clinical Research Institute and co-authors examined the records of nearly 5,000 patients across 11 counties in North Carolina who experienced a cardiac arrest in their community from 2010 to 2013. The goal? To see if ordinary people and first responders were providing CPR and defibrillation, and if this improved survival. The study was done after North Carolina developed statewide initiatives to improve bystander and first response efforts.
Bystander CPR and first responder defibrillation increased remarkably, as did the combination of bystander and first responder efforts.
The only improvement was when people got bystander CPR. So this highlights the critical importance for people to learn how to do compression-only CPR, and then to do it, and don't be afraid to do it.
Patients who received bystander or first responder interventions before arrival of the EMS were more likely to survive compared to those who received EMS interventions alone.
Often called the Miracle Man, David survived his cardiac arrest and is doing well today.
Any intervention is better than no intervention when a person is having a cardiac arrest.
Catherine Dolph, The JAMA Report.
Thanks so much, Catherine. This study looked at counties in non-metropolitan areas with very diverse communities. 22-year-old Bobby Christina Brown, the only child of the late Whitney Houston and ex-husband Bobby Brown, died Sunday. Her death came nearly 6 months after she was found unresponsive and not breathing in her bathtub at her Roswell, Georgia home on January 31st. That incident occurred nearly 3 years to the day after her mother accidentally drowned in a bathtub in Beverly Hills. Fire investigators have determined exactly where the Saturday pool fire started at the Cosmopolitan of Las Vegas. They are working to determine the ignition source. The specific fake palm tree where the 12:15 p.m. fire started has been identified through viewing surveillance and security video. The fire was on the bamboo pool deck 5 stories above the street. 2 people suffered minor injuries, and Clark County firefighters had the fire extinguished in about 30 minutes. The Hillary Clinton campaign has been traveling throughout the state. They made a stop in Pahrump over the weekend.
We're so excited to be here. The Hillary for Nevada campaign team has been on the road for its 6th day now. We started off in Las Vegas last Monday morning, went to Ely, Fallon, Elko, Fernley, Reno, Carson, Genoa, many Hawthorne yesterday, and we're so happy to be back in Pahrump and to be here in Nye County.
So tell me about the Hillary for Nevada. That campaign is kind of just getting started here.
Absolutely. We've been on the ground now for almost 4 months. We kicked off in April. And really what we've been doing is really listening to Nevadans to build our organization, our campaign. We want to build a campaign that looks like, feels like, and gives us an opportunity to elevate the issues that are important to Nevadans, including rural Nevadans. And Hillary Clinton, I think, has really moved forward in her platform to really build one and unroll policies that are really reflective of our need to continue to fight for the middle class, and that really shows that she's going to continue to be our champion.
How do you think Hillary is doing now with the campaign?
Well, I think she's doing a really great job. I think she's really focused on having one-on-one conversations, including here in Nevada. Last time she was here, she held a roundtable with Nevadans on veteran issues to talk through how veterans are affected, whether it be about jobs, whether it be if they live in the rurals and how that affects them access to care. So, I think she's doing a great job, and we're really focused on those one-on-one conversations with voters.
One of the things that veterans seem to be most concerned about is their medical care.
Right, and we've heard a lot of that on this tour, and when Hillary sat down with rural Nevadans and Nevadans in general to talk veteran issues in Reno last month, she heard a lot of that from them, and she also brainstormed different ideas that would really help them address their health care needs, but also ensure that when they come back from protecting our country, that we welcome them with jobs, with financial security, and access to care.
And so let's talk about a little bit more about her campaign as far as Nevada's concerned, especially rural Nevada. Tell me some of the things that she really has some ideas about.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been talking through rural Nevada about the issues that affect them. I think a lot of what we've heard are things that she's been talking about. People in northern Nevada, rural Nevada, all throughout really want to see a difference in their paychecks. They've been working really hard, but since some of the challenges we've seen over the last few years in terms of the economy, they don't quite feel like they've recovered. So we're collecting a lot of feedback on that, and she's going to continue to roll out policies that really reflect economic times, that really help protect, whether it be Social Security, retirement, but also ensure that we're increasing wages, the minimum wage, etc.
When we return, we'll tell you about some awards that were presented at the BOCC meeting.